Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Adventures of the Broke and Retired. The spiel. Please subscribe if you like what you see. I really do appreciate everyone's subscriptions. Like, comment, and don't forget to press the notification button so that you'll be made aware of when new videos come out and you don't miss anything in case you want to see them. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for everything you've done for me. Today, I'm pretty sure today's Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday, August 5th. I'm pretty sure the first video that I posted was July 21st. And I think that makes today 2 weeks. I never, for the life of me, anticipated when I made that video that I'd be sitting here 2 weeks later telling you this. According to the analytics screen on YouTube, the live count, I have 2,119 subscribers. Thank you all so much. Wow, that's I never would have imagined that would happen. I'm gonna tell you, and I think I've said this before, so excuse me in advance for repeating myself. But I remember looking at the computer screen. I'm pretty sure it was the day. I don't know if it was the same night that I posted the first video or if it was the next morning. But either way, I remember I came in here and looked at the computer screen, and I called Amy in here, and we were basically dancing in the streets because I had 5 subscribers, and we never anticipated that anybody was going to want to see anything that I did. I just kind of did this on a whim, and it's been incredible. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much. I cannot show my gratitude enough to all of y'all who have subscribed and commented. I have no idea how many comments I have. I don't think there's a way to look at the screen to show you a total number of comments. I got a little over 49,000 views in total, but I don't know how many comments I have. Maybe it'll show me. Hang on. Let me check real quick just in case. It never occurred to me to look and see if it had a total number. I don't think I can't find it. Well, maybe let's check right here. There we go. I don't see that there's a number. This says how many comments that I have, but I've got lots and lots and lots of comments, and I encourage everyone to send the comments in. 99.9% of them have been very, very nice. I really, really appreciate it. Some of them have been advice that's been well taken, which if you watch the first video and then you watch this one, you'll notice the subtle changes. One of the biggest changes is that I have changed my position in my office. And I did that because I covered up the window to get rid of the glare, but I changed my position in the office to give me a little bit more room to move back, get away from the camera, try to avoid some positions in front of the camera that gave views that were unpleasant, shall we say, like, if you excuse the expression, looking up my nose, which I've tried hard to make sure I stop doing, and get back a little bit so you don't have a big face taking up the whole picture. And I'm more comfortable in this position as well, so it's worked out. It's worked out pretty well. The lighting is what it is. This is just the lighting in my office. The glare on the side of my face is the computer screen, which clicks out every once in a while. It changes the lighting a little bit, but it doesn't really hurt anything, so I'm not real worried about it. And I'm still I have the phone stand. I was using the cardboard box, which is the reason that I was so close to everything. I had to put the cardboard box on the desk. And I don't have to I have this camera stand that my stepdaughter bought me that I'm using with the cool remote. That is always not as functional as maybe it could be, but either way, I have this camera stand, so now I'm able to get back and move a little bit. Again, thank you. I want to, I'm about halfway through. This will probably end up being two parts. I want to talk a little bit more concerning my employment history. So we'll kind of dive in here and see how it goes. If you watched the video that was called, oh man, what was the name of that? I think I just put it up yesterday. Anyway, the video that was about me working at places. Maybe it was a young man's goals. That's I think what it was. 3 parts. Young man's goals. If you watch those, then you know about the dealership that I worked at with the Foos tool. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, this won't have as much meaning, but the Foos tool episode was the Foos tool interaction that I had with my boss at the time. I thought was incredibly rude, him being rude to me. But anyway, I hated that job. I hated that place. I hated all of that. It was when I was working there that I got the phone call from my brother about my dad. And we decided, me and the wife decided that because my job was going so bad and because my dad was sick, we would move to New York State, spend some more time with him. So we loaded up everything. I had an old Dodge truck. I had a 74 D100 club cab long wheelbase with a 400 in it, automatic. And I bought a Dodge Maxi van. It was a 9-passenger, or it's more than that. It's like a 15-passenger. It was the super long van. It had all it had was a driver's seat and a passenger seat. It had nothing inside besides that. No windows, just on the back doors and on the windshield in the front. And I put a tow bar, not a tow bar, but I had a pretty good trailer hitch on the back of the truck. And so we loaded everything we owned up in the back of that truck and in that van, hooked up that van to the bumper of the truck with a tow bar, and moved from Louisiana to New York State. And when I first got to New York State, I had a couple of jobs working in, a couple little useless jobs. But of course, I got to do something. I got to have money. So when we first got there, I was just doing whatever I had to do. And I got an opportunity to interview and go to work for one of those I'm not going to say the name. It's very important I don't say the name. It was one of those places where you do fast oil changes. The name of it was not Fast Oil Change. I'm not going to use the name of it. So if the description of it that I use matches something that I'm unaware of, that's not intentional. It's not them. I'm not going to use the name. And when I tell the story, you'll understand why I'm not using the name. Anyway, my mom and dad were living in a little town in western New York State, Canandaigua. And there was, I went to work for the place that did the oil changes. And at first, they assigned me to a store. A couple of stores they had that were in Rochester. I managed a couple of those. And then they asked me if I wanted to move to the Canandaigua store. So I said, well, yeah, I'd love to. Right down the street from my house. I don't have to drive up to the city every day. Going to break this in a minute. I'm at 9 minutes. Yeah, I'd love to. So they moved me from a place in Rochester to Canandaigua. Now, at the time, it was the only, I got to be careful. At the time, it was the only place that offered that type service. That's the best way to put it. So it was welcomed into town, with open arms, because it was a new facility. And there wasn't another one. At places like that where they do oil changes, they don't make the money off the oil changes. Everybody knows, I'm sure, they don't make the money off changing oil. They make money off of the other stuff that you sell. Transmission services, differential services, air filters, PCV valves, radiator flushes. That's the kind of stuff that they actually make their money off of. And those are all referred to as sales. Well, when I first took over the store, my sales numbers were very, very good. Sales ratios and sales numbers were very, very good. And one of the reasons they were very, very good was, first of all, I'm driven to do well at what I do. I don't have a problem. I don't know why I'm like that. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it well. And second of all, it was a brand new store in the area. It was the only one. I'm going to break it right here.